YouTube, what's going on? We just finished up filming, was it like 5 ads, Austin? 6 maybe? Much different than the YouTube stuff here. This is gonna take me a couple goes. I'm trying, bruh. I wanted to talk a little bit about Meta ads in general and what we were feeling right now. Our ads have not been performing as good. There was a point where Meta was like pumping for us. Really, there's 2 things for me. I mean, it's the ads itself, and then it's like managing the ads, like all the campaigns. Ad manager that I've worked with over the years, I'm just not getting consistent updates. You know, I don't get any kind of report at the end of every month. We hadn't filmed new ads in probably, I don't know, maybe a year, or at least anything that was like decent. Well, yeah, like my city is pretty big. There's only so many people, and I could be wrong, but I feel like most people at this point have seen the videos. So I think we just needed to like update everything, get some new content out there, stuff that people haven't seen. So I'm hoping that with those changes, and then maybe looking at like the landing page, or kind of like what like the funnel is, if somebody's interested, make sure that's like as easy as possible and everything looks good and things like that. But at one point, I thought Meta was our like piggy bank, like, you know, we could just throw more money into it and keep making money. And while that still could be the case, I've kind of learned, I think it's like with this content project, it's like, I can't just make one YouTube video and be done, right? It's gonna have to be a every week thing, you know, and uploading the shorts every couple days. And I think that the ads are the same, like, hey, like I can, you know, we filmed 5 or 6 ads yesterday. Like this will probably be a great batch for, let's say, 3 months or so, and then we got to do more and then more. So that's kind of what's going through my head, and I hope this helps.
What's up, guys? This is Austin. I've been doing the videos for Matt's exterior washing. I just got done putting together the rig for tomorrow. We're gonna be shooting some ads outside, and I was thinking, why not throw this bad boy on a gimbal? The water is painfully slow here. We're on a well, so we already have 2 hoses running to different spigots right now. We've probably done 30, maybe 40 minutes of work, and we've stopped for a total of an hour and a half for water. So we're trying to make another water spigot work right now by connecting all of the customers' hoses so we can get from the other side of their house over here. We're just gonna drop that into the top of the tank, and hopefully we can get a little more time from it. I can't tell if it's even on, dude. I turned it all the way on. I checked, there's no kinks in it either. I don't know. If you raise it out, do you see water coming out of it? No. I think it's so weak that it wants to. Let me see if there's any kinks, because I saw there was that's pitiful, but better than nothing. It's something. We gotta take what we can get. Oh, did you skip one hose and now it's working? Yeah, okay. I took the little one off.
I just got to the bank and I wanted to film a clip here because I'm super proud of this team that we have. So I'm here getting the tips for the past 2 weeks. And so we pay payroll every other week. And then so we give the tip payouts on the opposite weeks so that they always have something that is coming in. But I wanted to film a quick clip here because, again, these guys have just been crushing it. We've got 2 technicians that are brand new basically, and they're just all getting huge tips. So our top 2 earners in tips, Nick had $635 and Brandon had $539. So that's something that is just super cool. Obviously nothing that I am doing. That's just purely their hard work and their effort that is getting them that kind of tips from the customer. But I guess the one thing that I've changed to help them get more tips is we used to take a lot of checks and cash payments. And when we would take credit card, we would add the 3% fee because I thought I was losing money and things like that. And I think when a customer pays through an invoice, they are a lot more prompted to tip. It's like when you go to a Jersey Mike's or somewhere like that, and they kind of flip the iPad around and ask you if you want to leave 10, 15, 20%, and you feel a lot more motivated to tip, if you will, I guess, because you're being asked. I guess it's kind of like sales where you have to ask for the sale, but the guys get way more tips when they open up their invoice and ask, would you like to leave a tip for your technician? And if anyone out there struggled with the credit card thing in their head, let me try to make this really simple. The average fee is 3%, right? If you were gonna charge $100, charge $103, and now the fee's gone, right? Because customers don't want to see, I can promise you, $100 and then a separate line item that says 3% credit card charge, right? That's something that kind of gets under my skin when I'm paying a bill. But if it just says 103, you would never know the difference. So that's my quick little rant. Super proud of these guys. Gonna go in here and get these tips and go put them in their lockers. Also, sometimes they get annoyed with me because I will miss the Friday because it's sometimes hard for me to make it to the bank between the 9 to 5 hours. But my 11 o'clock appointment here said, hey Matt, I'm actually not able to be there today, so just go whenever you please. So the con is that she's not gonna be there. Odds to close the sale go down. Pro is that guys are gonna be happy with me. I'm getting their tips on time. All right, so this will be on the fly, so no time to prepare. This is your second YouTube appearance. Nick recently got promoted to our master technician, which is our 5th out of 6th level. So is that like the best day of your life? Best news that you've ever heard? Like, what are we thinking here?
It was pretty good. It's good to know that my work is appreciated.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
Other than that, I mean,
Love it.
It was a good little pay bump, so
Yes.
I'm not gonna complain.
Nick is at the top of. Did I break it? Okay, I'm gonna try and hold on to it. Yeah, leave it in. So I was saying Nick's at the top of our tech tiers, if you will. Maybe tell anybody out there maybe why we promoted you of that.
It's mainly because of my callback rate was very, very low. It's just attention to detail on big jobs. It's easy to overlook the little things, but it's the little things that count in the end. So pay attention, make sure you double, triple check everything, and you'll be master tech before you know it.
Love it. Yeah, Nick's, he's great on the detail. That was the #1 reason. I love how we can send you to like any job. He's super great on like the roofs and the gutter cleaning. He was our main guy with Christmas lights. So he's going to college in August. I think we've already told the camera this, but we're gonna have to steal him for the Christmas lights. I don't know how it's gonna work, but maybe, take his test for him during that little 6-week period. But anyways,
Yeah.
All right, great job, dude. It's protecting everything else while you're doing it. So I'm kind of like doing a slow walk, right? It's protecting everything else while doing so. I gotta go again on that. Much different than the YouTube stuff here. That's what it's all good. It's close. This is gonna take me a couple goes, I'm telling you.
All right, we'll do kind of like last time. We'll start walking first.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna back.
And I'm going that way, right?
Exactly, yes,
Okay.
sir.
Oh shoot, I started to go towards you.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
Hey, I'm Matt, the owner of Matt's Exterior Washing. Kind of like too much. Hey guys.
Oh god, you're right. Like influencer.
Yeah. This team right here I said it way too fast.
Oh, you're good.
Here at Matt's, we're gonna clean.
I messed it up.
Oh, you're good.
I messed it up.
What's up? I'm trying, bruh. Here at Matt's, we don't just clean the surface, we also take care of everything around it.
Love it.
Decent?
Let me watch it back.
Okay. Your back's probably hurting
Man,
now.
oh, it's like the full body. It's like
You
a
gotta take-
squat, like a reverse squat,
gotta,
just slow mo.
Do this every day. Jeez, I forget that so fast.
Could I do one more?
Yep. Anything from me?
No, I'm just trying to get you.
Hey, you're good.
I'm trying to like anticipate some of your movements.
Yeah.
Could you reset, but keep your foot where it's going to go? I'm just going to make sure focus. If you could put your foot on the second step.
Right now?
Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm getting that in focus here.
Should I look at the camera or just look at the window?
Maybe you could look.
Kind of both?
Yes, yeah, 100%.
If your window cleaner's still climbing ladders, you're good. Yeah, careful while I'm
Yeah, I know there was a big.
YouTube, what's going on? We just finished up filming, was it like 5 ads, Austin? 6 maybe? So just finished those up. We can either link those in the description or little trick for y'all. If y'all go onto Meta Ads Library on your browser, you can see all the ads that people are running. You can see the creative, like the caption, the call to action, all that stuff. So go on there, see if we've got those ads posted yet. They'll probably take a little while to edit them, but we're at a beautiful house here. If y'all wanna know why I come to work every day, this is like an ideal house for me. Let's take a look around here. So we're on, what would you guess this is? Like an acre of land probably, about-ish. So beautiful front, but let's go and look at the back. So here's the back. One thing I love too is the batting cage on the side of the driveway. I'd be in that thing all day long. But Nick's back here washing, but great pool area. I don't know when you all are watching this, but it's Masters weekend coming up. And Austin and I were just saying that if we had this pool and this kind of covered porch area, we probably wouldn't leave the pool for the next 4 days. So I thought this was a great house. This was the real estate agent in my B&I group. She's awesome. So first of all, she was pretty chill with us coming out and filming at her house. And number two, I think this is like a great medium where this is still definitely upscale, if that's the word that I'm looking for. It has like the super nice pool and things like that. But we've also, I think, made the mistake of doing our ads at like a mansion, and it kind of eliminates a certain group of people, if you will. I think this was a great middle ground where it's like we are perceived as a high-end power washing company that still all income levels can use. This was also a great example because on this patio, it's a premium wash for us, which for us is clean the patio, move the furniture off, clean the furniture, move the furniture back on. So we kind of did some ads around that. We accidentally splashed a little bit of dirt in the pool. So we did some content on that and kind of like how we, you know, always clean up after ourselves and whatnot. And just some other things. So with these ads, we tried to film a lot more in one day today. So in the past, when we've done ads, we've done maybe like 2 or 3 ads, maybe twice a year or so. And they would cost us a fortune. And what we realized on Meta is like, unless that ad is like absolutely perfect, like you've got to be switching up the creatives or the videos somewhat frequently. I mean, especially like, you know, we're spending $100 a day on Meta on, you know, a relatively small market, if you will. Like, I think most people have seen the video now. So today we tried to do better with not having the ads like too fancy, if you will. Like, we're not really worried about like the drone shots and like the crazy like editing montage. We still had Austin's super nice camera, which kind of makes the ad look a lot better naturally. But just kind of doing more in a day, I think we realized that, I think we had a conversation earlier. There's kind of a balance between like, I guess like between handing your friend your iPhone and saying, here, film me, and that being your ad, and doing one that's like too produced almost, because then we don't really seem like that local family-owned company. So that's what's going through my mind. That's what we try to do more of today, and I think it did well, and hopefully we can start making some money on Meta and not breaking even.
What's up, guys? Don't judge me. I just took a shower. That's why my hair looks crazy. I just want to walk through kind of what went into some of the editing for these first round of ads that we just worked on with Matt. He wanted something kind of on the more simple side. But with that said, I I did want to use a gimbal so I could get some steady footage for all the shots. It adds a definitely subtle production value just to have super smooth footage. So we got some camera movement in this first shot. I try to do as much camera movement as possible. That kind of keeps people watching as it like tends to reveal more of the environment.
Homeowners don't think about this stuff, but we do.
Some more camera movement.
Protect your home while we clean it.
So the big, almost like stingers, or the really important things, or maybe even the catchphrases you might even say, I put big captions, almost like titles over them to really stand out. And just to kind of give people a break from the typical, you know, lower third type captions.
The owner of Matt.
There's our camera movement.
This team right here.
More camera movement.
Sometimes a little.
This is a tough shot because I had to lift the gimbal up as he's speaking, almost going from like squat position to like standing up. So as he is saying some of these things, I'm trying to show examples just to kind of give visual aid. I have like a prism blur keyframing. If you notice, if you look at his hands up here, as the clip goes on, it starts to blur horizontally. So it's kind of just putting more emphasis on here and kind of building tension, because this is a big moment where he's about to pressure wash, but then he's like, maybe not.
We want you to walk out after we're done and feel like you've got a brand new space. That's the difference between hiring an ordinary service and Matt's exterior washing.
You have your background, you have your foreground. Notice as you walked across, that pillar kind of goes by. Where's that pillar? There it is right there. And it's blurred out. So that just adds some depth, you know. The last one, this is one of my favorite ones. So this one starts off with a quick montage, and I did quite a bit of sound design for this one. The ladder tilting, you know, ladders have that creaking sound when they tilt. It goes up against the side of the house, has the sound of that, and then Matt's feet walking up it. So I kind of synced those sounds with the actual motion, so it seems pretty real.
No streaks.
Lots of
no
action
squeakies.
In this one.
It uses the
See, lots of action is good because it keeps people interested. If you're just too much of a talking head, people are going to tune out a lot of times. So actually showing people with action is always going to be interesting to watch.
You don't have to worry about somebody leaning a ladder against your siding.
Yeah, nothing too crazy going on. I'm going to end this segment with Matt's voice.
Keep it simple, camera movement, natural dialogue, appropriate music, and emphasizing big moments. So we got Hayden behind me. He's in the field today because we had a technician call out at 6:30 a.m. So that's no fun, but it was Hayden's 26th birthday on Easter over the weekend. So drop a happy birthday, Hayden, in the comments. No, yeah, stay tuned for the results on the Meta ads. We're super excited to show everybody how they came out. And we're thinking next video is gonna be like a part 2 to like the whole like marketing thing, because there is much more than just Meta. We can go into things on Google, referral programs. There's a whole gob of things. So stay tuned for that, and appreciate everybody watching.